Here we are again, people. There's my poor wife working away in the office while I'm going to have a little chat with you lot. Like the hairstyle, with a 20% tip that cost me £2.59 here in Kiev. Yeehaw! The hell with inflation. So, now, what I'm going to do is talk today. Oh, here, that's no good. I'm gonna go somewhere else. Dee That's better. Now you can see me. So, when I go onto YouTube, on the Marty Blackborough, AB, all the rest, all the channels, Live Free, Auditing Brit, everything, I see people constantly and utterly getting harassed in the UK, in the parks. They're out for a walk, they're sitting on a park bench, and the police are coming along and saying, "No, you're in breach of COVID regulations, blah, blah, blah. You must be walking, you must be doing push ups, you must be doing super backward flips." Have they no idea what exercise is? Number one, have they ever heard of mental exercise? You can sit on a park bench and exercise your brain by just counting the leaves on a tree, listening to the bird songs and trying to recognize all the different species. There's many ways to mentally exercise, which is just as important as physical exercise. But again, they twist and corrupt the rules, regulations, recommendations, the BS that has been put out by our government. All hail our government. So, what they don't tell you, and what I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to leave a link in the description. Number one, there's a system called isometric, I think it is, exercise. You can do it sitting on your ass. It's an exercise whereby you tense your muscles, hold it for 10 seconds, relax, hold it, different muscle groups, and you can, not as effective at pushing weights, but for old buggers like me and for people who aren't just as healthy, people with arthritis, etc., it's good, gentle exercise. That's one. You can find all sorts of details of this on the internet. Just literally giving yourself pressure, count of 10, relax. But also, the NHS, on the NHS website, they have sitting exercises for people like me. I may sound fit and healthy, but I'm an old bugger with many health issues, not just physical, but psychiatric as well. I've got breathing problems. I have got about 4 different reasons for a mask exemption, and I only wear it to hide my identity, and this is going to be a little mysterious. But the National Health Service themselves, the great National Health Service who have saved us all, have got a whole dedicated part of their website for sitting exercises. How you can exercise while sitting on your ass in a chair at home, at your office desk, and in many places, stretching your muscles, virtually the same sort of thing, putting some pressure, putting some tension into your muscles, holding it for a certain time, relaxing. So when the police come along and say, no, the government says you must be exercising, you have to walk around or jog to exercise. It's bollocks. You don't have to move to exercise. And if they give you a COVID fine for sitting your hours, tell them you're following NHS guidelines and doing your sitting exercises. So then, fight it in court. I reckon every person who has received a COVID fine, etc., fights it in court. And every time you fight it, state that the law is ultra-virus and that the police acted ultra-vires above their given powers, the magistrate cannot deal with it. He must refer it to the High Court. And if everybody does this, it's going to really, it's going to cripple the court service. If everybody appeals and fights against it, it will cripple the court service to the extent that, well, basically, all these fines will be overthrown. Or don't pay them and avoid the police, and after 6 months or so, if they can't enforce it, they'll disappear up their own ass anyway. That's about it for today. I'll leave the link to the NHS sitting exercise in the description. So if anybody you're interested, or if anybody's sitting on a park bench and the police hassle them, please tell them the NHS recommended it and they can go fuck themselves. So that's about it for today, chaps. I'll give you a big hello from Kiev. This is our balcony out the back. Whoops. Out the back of our office in Kiev, where my wife is an appraiser, not quite an equivalent in the UK for appraiser, but she assesses damage and worth and intellectual property and all sorts of things. And this is a little conference area. So remember, I'm a cunt, the Independent Media Association, covering news topics, and my business motto is Ni T Confundant Set Illegitimi, which translates basically to don't let the bastards confuse you. Okay, toodle pip, more again later.